ready to rock? Starting to stream.
Yeah.
Live.
You can still smoke inside and shit.
Oh yeah. Well, in my studio, that's about it. All right. Bam. All right.
This is my first time ever staying with somebody else.
Oh really?
Yeah, man, shit whack, man. Ugly ass shit, man.
It is. It is something to get used to. We gonna hit this intro real quick.
Staying with somebody else.
Bro, bo, bo.
Yeah,
What
man,
up?
shit
What it
whack.
is? What it do?
Ugly ass shit.
Tonight we got. We are going on live late tonight, but that's alright. We got Peanut here, the General.
You already knew. You already knew.
Everybody
They already
does.
knew me. Y'all know you know me. Y'all know you know me.
So how's the day going so far?
I made it through. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? What about yours?
It's been nothing but chilling today. Like I've been really chill. I just been hanging out and doing nothing crazy. Like just been reading over my book. Really, just been editing. Last bit of editing to do.
When they come out?
I'm gonna probably put it out in the next. I'm gonna say October, the month before we launch the app. So it'll have a little bit of time.
Fake, man. It's a fake, man. I ain't been on this motherfucker in a long time. You hear me?
I'm saying it's been a minute.
Yeah, man. It's all good, though. You hear me? We in full effect. You know what I'm saying? How the platform been? With some of your recent, you know what I'm saying? Guests and shit.
Well, some of the guests that I've had here recently was
When they come out?
we had Just Cause out of New York. He was doing, he's doing his whole. He's working with a bunch of artists there out of the Bronx. Then we got the other one we had was I can't remember what was his name. I can't remember his name. The dude that you know too that you had on your show same time.
With the Wayne, y'all talking about Wayne?
The dude the cat that was blind.
Yeah, big boy.
Big boy. Yep.
He actually, that's what Rod got blind fury, not blind fury, my bad. You understand me? I
Nico.
forgot homie name. You heard me?
Nico.
But yeah, Nico. You heard me? That's where he got Nico from Big Boy. You heard me?
Yeah, Nico's good people, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. You heard me? They all came to the party. You see what I'm saying? Man, they whole little clique, like they call it visually impaired. You understand me?
Which I mean, my thing with that is like it's already a hard game out there. Like having to deal with just an added layer is, man, it's nothing but respect for all that because that's hard.
I mean, it kind of well, I mean, nothing replaces your sight, but it kind of evens out because all of the other senses is on 10 lane. You know what I'm saying?
See, that does make You're right. That does make a difference. You think that makes him any better, like at the music?
Well, I don't know because Nico, like they be copacetic. You heard me? Like they whole little team, like they visually impaired. You heard me? But man, them niggas be like cooking. You heard me? They be they be dapping each other. Oh, we'll dap you. You understand? You know what it look like if I'm sitting over here, if we talking, the nigga be looking at me. You heard me? I'm like, so it's like it don't replace the sight, but everything else is like um HD'd up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it heightens everything. Which I wonder if like as far as like perfect pitch, I've known a lot of singers that were that had perfect pitch, but I've also known a couple blind people that had perfect pitch, and I wonder if that had something to do with like kind of like Ray Charles.
I've only heard two singers with uh what you would call perfect pitch.
Yeah,
That's
only two.
Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey.
Yes, yes, and Christina Aguilera is one of them. Which I wonder if I don't know if Adele is. You don't think so? As far as like perfect pitch, I've known a lot of singers
I would say Adele got that fucking that she'll like her grandma used to whoop her when she was little. You heard me with the switch. You see what I'm saying? She got a deep soul voice. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Adele.
Yeah, but I don't think it has to do with like that. I don't think it has to do with the pitch. It's just, or their ability. Like I think that's just the I don't know. I don't know what gives you that soul. I have no
And you
idea
gotta
what gives
get.
it.
I was about to say you gotta have soul. That them high notes she be hitting. You hear me? Adele got that man. Look, you hear me? You gotta. Her auntie black or something.
Somebody in there. Yes, somebody.
Somebody got a black boyfriend or something. You hear me? Or they, they might be Baptist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you think Baptists? I don't know. Like Baptists, we got Southern Baptists. Like, is that the same thing? Is like, is there a Northern Baptist? I don't even know.
I've never heard of. I mean, we from the South.
Yeah.
My daddy Baptist. You see what I'm saying? So I guess he would be a Southern Baptist. You understand me? I don't do the labels no more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That just called division. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I agree. I agree entirely. I don't think labeling things has ever done anything good for anybody. Like it
Black,
does.
white, Democrat, Republican, blood, Crip. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It just, nope. I'm me. I'm a nigga.
So you,
Fuck.
so do you think because like I used to say that the same thing even in school. Like I used to talk about how yeah we're from the same area, we're from the same we go to the same school, we listen sometimes we listen to the same music, but still there's other things that end up dividing. Like end up just being like, oh no, but you don't like you like I don't know. I listen to this type of music or this artist versus this one, and it would end up causing some type of rift or division. Just I think that that's what we do as people or humans is just cause like.
I think that's gay. Oh shit, my bad. I'm not saying, but you're beef with your little partner over somebody. You know what I'm saying. That's just like the Trump shit. You heard me? Like a couple of people in my family stopped talking to me. Uh, you know what I'm saying, when I was endorsing Trump. You see what I'm saying? Don't make my grandma not your mama.
Right, right.
You see what I'm saying? So, I ain't know it got that deep because I ain't never really like gave a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't want to vote for old girl, you heard me? Because she didn't lock or like 900,000 niggas up. So I wasn't about it. Good guy, bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't vote for her or endorse her. You know what I'm saying?
I mean that's the best thing to do. Like the lesser of two evils, going for that is like if there's a 1% piss in a Sprite, you gonna drink that shit? No, it still got piss in it. Same thing with evil.
I don't believe in the lesser of the two evil because, like, if you evil, nigga, you could go low. You understand me? Like limbo, like you understand me? So it's like I don't really get that phrase. You heard me? Because if you evil, you heard me? Like I don't think there's no extent you wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I don't,
I
I
agree
don't think it's
entirely. If there's
hell
a one
yeah,
percent
but back to the singing thing, yeah, man. Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey blew who you had said?
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, she'll blow her out the water and she'll beat her up. and whoever else, instead me, Whitney, blow her out the water and beat her up. You know what I'm saying? But
I agree.
Adele do got like matter of fact, right? I was like a couple of months years old when I found out that it's a beautiful morning. They not black.
Christina Aguilera.
And
Really?
then your boy, what you won't do for love. You
Yeah.
try to have it. He not black either.
What the
Is
fuck?
it? Their brothers got soul, like you know what I'm saying, like. And your boy and them that Sarah Smile. I thought they was light skinned. I ain't think they was dark. You understand me? But them little white boys got some game with them. You heard me? Like I fuck with them.
What about the Bee Gees? Did you ever hear that one?
Man, of course, that's one of my favorite rappers. You heard me?
No, not Bee Gees. The Bee Gees, like from the '70s.
Oh, I about to say that, like when you got a ship, them brothers got
Nah,
soul.
no, this fucking
You know what I'm
chair,
saying?
man.
Like
I gotta hit it with some
boy,
DW.
man, that
Um,
Southern Smile.
but no, like what
I thought they was light
so
skinned.
there's a thing with the
That
Bee
ain't
Gees
what it
is
was
that like
about. You understand me? But
um,
them little white boys
they
got
were
some game with them.
so
You
in
heard me?
South Africa and in the
I
south
fuck with them.
of America, like in America in the South, they were like the album cover
Man, of
was
course,
of
that's
a
one of
bunch
my
of white
favorite
people,
rappers. You heard me?
but predominantly the Bee Gees are black.
Great marketing. Oh, I about to say that, like,
That's exactly what it is. Is
great
they were
marketing.
trying to push.
Yep. That's just like if we own a business, we gon' you know what I'm saying?
But no, like what
We might not be the front man depending on where you live at. You see what I'm saying? Me and Florida boy had got on that yesterday
so in
about the
South Africa and in the South of
systematic
America, like in
racism
America
and
in
all
the
that
South,
bullshit.
they were like the
I'm
album
now
cover
5-0.
was of a
You
bunch
know what I'm
of white
saying?
people, but predominantly the Bee Gees are black.
Needless to see, you see what I'm saying? But that's a good dude, bro.
That's exactly what it is.
I
Is
fuck with Florida
they were
boy.
trying to
You
push
heard
all
me?
day, every day.
I mean, you know, I told him no. I'm like, dog. I done beat some of the wisest minds up here, bro. Yeah, we gonna do this. I kept trying to call it a discussion. He wanted to call it a debate, so I had racism and all that 5 and 0.
Well, so what was the debate, or what side did he take? Because I would imagine that y'all probably have a lot in common as far as the opinion.
No, he took it's the systematic racism thing, and I say it's no such thing anymore.
All day, every day.
I mean, you know,
No such thing. I mean, no such thing.
all right, boom. When I say that, right, all right, this I ran it with him, right. God bless the ignorant and the churn, right. Once you know
Well,
better,
so what
God
was
gonna
the
slap
debate,
the
or what
fuck
side
out
did he
you.
take? Because
You
I
see
would
what I'm
imagine that
saying?
y'all
So it's
probably have
like,
a
all
lot in
right,
common as
boom.
far as the opinion.
Let's take the jail system. You heard me? We know they not playing fair, like with the Carmelo Anthony thing. Right? I slap the piss out his daddy when I see him. You see what I'm saying? Because you know I've been on trial for shit like that, right? Where was the motion to suppress the wooty whoop? Remember they say it was the wooty
Yeah,
whoop, but
yeah.
then they came back at that. Where was the motion to suppress that, right? Why didn't they pick a judge trial? You see what I'm saying? Why didn't they go over the jury? You see what I'm saying? Why was the trial expedited so far up? You heard me? You can't take on the state of Texas in 3 days. You see what I'm saying?
Nope.
You can't do that. So, like, Daddy wanted clout, and homie caught 30 years, and he could have caught 70. So Florida boy was like on some, if I ain't do it, I ain't gonna take the 7. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, why it's so hard to prove, unaliving is because you have to prove without a shadow of a doubt.
Hmm.
With that there, you heard me? That's out the window. You ain't gotta prove if he did it. You gotta prove why he did it. You ain't in that little dude mind, so you can't really prove that, like realistically, right? So you got to guess, right? But now you done made it black and white in a red state. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Man, I'd have tucked my tail, man. That's my son. And his daddy should have went in there and told him take them 7 years. I don't give a fuck if you did it or not or why you did it. Don't play with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with no 30 years. Once you in there, it's harder to get out than to get in back. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's harder to fight in there. And then, like, your case is so big, right? Why didn't they file a motion to move it out of that section of
Yes.
that city? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
The jury is not supposed to watch the news and now
Yep.
you ain't gonna tell me that them people ain't watch the news and this and that. Mistrial or file for it.
Yep.
Like what was the motions like? So it was like, damn, dog, like niggas only made it a hashtag in a conversation. So I was like, that's where the fight went. The revolution will not be televised, but the smarter that we got, the dumber we got. You see what I'm saying? Because all right, boom, everybody articulate and know they making sense and they right. And they got some compelling points, right? But they on the internet. You see what I'm saying? So everybody got something to say. Everybody got a point to get out. You know what I'm saying? Because they so smart that we ain't really physical no more. You see what I'm saying? It's like, all right, boom, you go hold a panel, especially on TikTok. You see what I'm saying? You go hold a panel, you get a couple thousand views, you get a couple thousand likes, and you feel like you done made a difference. You see what I'm saying? And it's
Yes.
like, all right, that's where the fight went to. You hear me? And you know, that's why we losing. You hear me? Really, they beating the piss out of us right now. You see what I'm saying? But man, how it's going? Yeah, though. Like you just gotta live life on life terms again. Like we going backwards. You hear me? I'm not saying no slavery, but you know, like if you change your life, you know, you playing woo the woo. Like right now, we back to living life on life terms, like day for day. Like woo the woo.
Well, considering like some of the stuff that we wanted to get into, which is what do you think of this the whole, you know, because tonight at 5:25 this morning, we'll end up seeing a jellyfish in the sky. It's from the SpaceX launch that's gonna happen.
I don't be giving a fuck about that
You'll
shit,
be looking
dog.
at that. I'll be
No.
watching that shit. It looks crazy as shit. It does, and I see why they get because they get a bunch of calls. You know, they get a bunch of UFO sighting calls, and all. You'll see it online. It'll blow up. I saw an
Man,
alien. What do you think of this?
what them things is, bro? The with the road control and you can fly them all in the
The
air.
drones.
The police force have drones now.
Yep.
Those are not UFOs, you stupid motherfucker. Y'all are being surveillance. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they always wanna like, you know, and this just me personally, right? I think they gave them what they wanted to see. Like all the conspiracy theorists and this and that and woo de woo and now us as a people, we conspiracy theorists now and now they saying that the people coming. You see what I'm saying? Man, get the fuck out of here.
You don't think there's such thing as aliens, or you just don't think they've been here?
I don't think it's on the terms of how they trying to bring it. You know what I'm saying? I think that they've been here and woo de woo, but I don't think they all friendly bobbing and shaking Trump hand. I know you seen the shit like, but a couple of years ago, you heard me. They was saying that it's gonna be a fake woo de woo. You see what I'm saying? So, but they was calling them conspiracy theories. You heard
Yep.
me? So now it's coming. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, boom.
You don't think there's
We
such thing
under
as aliens, or
we
you just
under
don't think they've been
attack
here?
like this color skin. You see what I'm saying? It's like you heard me like better be about what you be talking about. You see what I'm saying? And save some of that energy for the enemy because one day you heard me like I think that is not the I'm not saying the end of the world, but whatever like the M law shit or woo de woo, I think that shit right around the corner. You heard me because now it's starting to get stupid. Like you see what I'm saying?
I'm right with you.
Like they releasing all this shit, man. That shit 70 years old. Y'all should have been told us that. I don't know. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. Them people been with us for 70 years. You know what I'm saying? That's before me and you was born. You heard
Mm-hmm.
me? So we've been living with them. You see what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be no different. But see, they trying to go to Mars. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they about to woo the woo and make it look like this and woo the woo with the AI and all that and try and leave us down here, man.
Yep.
Is you know whatever you believe in, you better find like it's like 100 and something gods or whatever the fuck. You heard me? You better find one and pray to him. You heard me? Because them end times, I've been hearing that shit for 20 years. You heard me? But now I'm starting to see that. Well, I'm not starting to see, but some shit starting to play out. You know what I'm saying?
You starting to feel like it's about to happen.
I don't know because I'm not God. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But speaking of that, right? You heard that we that's the wrong one. Like we supposed to like I don't want to say their names because it's gonna start fucking the shit up. But
Yeah.
him up there,
Yeah.
we not supposed to be woo the woo with him up there. Him down there is the real. You see what I'm saying? And
Oh
that
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, that's
Okay.
why he told them that you deserve knowledge and woo the woo and so what you think about that though?
I think that's people trying to complicate something that's not that complicated. Your relationship with your God, no matter which one it is your relationship. You know, bring that bring that to the forefront of your life, and you're gonna feel a lot better about the world and what's going on. Like because you know in your heart and in your soul, like that this is the truth, like, and you go with it. And no matter what that is, like you need to, like if you happen to go with the wrong one, I mean, honestly, if you feel like it's the wrong one, there's the wrong one. Like
I mean, like me, like this is where your faith coming in at. You heard me? Because now they saying, it is them, and that's who really woo the woo, and the wrong side won, and all that this shit. So it's like, you heard me? I don't know. You
it
see what I'm
worries you to
saying?
say
Like,
them. It worries you to call them out.
huh?
It worries you to call them out.
I mean, I don't be liking to say certain words, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
But
know.
it's like you heard me. Like now they coming up with all this, and that's all you see on the internet. That's all you see is woo de woo, and they got the little black dude with the hair going crazy all on people's shows and shit. The nigga that said he wrote Country Grammar, man, the black dude, he be like this, with the
Oh,
cup and shit.
what? No, I don't know what you're talking about, but
Yeah, man, the dude, he got the hair and shit. Like when he got, that's when he go to talking all that woke shit. Like he black as the fuck.
I ain't seen him. I ain't seen him. Cause
Man, you had to, you heard me, but you gonna know this when you see him. But that's the one that started this shit. Like him and Jamal, the dude that went to jail and all that with the Nike and all that shit.
oh
I
yeah.
don't know, bro, because
Oh, what?
it's
No,
in
I don't know what you're
Revelation. It's
talking
in the
about.
Bible. I don't know if it's in Revelation that God said at the end He gonna reveal Himself to everybody. You see what I'm saying? So is this that? You see what I'm saying? And it's like some of that shit that they say. Well, most of the shit that they saying, it makes sense. It add up. Woo woo woo, right? So it's like, all right, boom. So now is where your faith come in at, right? But at the same time, now is the um is proven that it is a right and a wrong way to worship God. You see what I'm saying? Because back in the G, you were like, God is God. You see what I'm saying? Like woo the woo. But now it's like, nah, nigga, like they got this nigga and this nigga and this well, most nigga, and it's like, all right, boom. They say Earth is a jail or some shit. You heard that?
Yeah, I've heard it
Well,
all.
I mean, like it could be possible, right? But God is not of chaos, right? So what they are doing is kind of like provoking chaos. You see what I'm saying? So who do they really serve? You see what I'm saying?
So that's the thing that gets me the whole time is like, the Project Bluebeam is what you're talking about earlier, which is where they say that a alien's going to come down and they're going to say that it's going to
No,
turn
they say
from
they already have.
right, but Bluebeam is where we're supposed to see them, and they're supposed to turn from whoever your deity is. Like ours would be Jesus. Over in the Middle East it would be Allah or Yahweh or like whoever their current God is. It's going to be in their sky. What's her name? In India, multi-armed god. Ishnu, and that's the elephant. But the different gods are supposed to appear in the sky, and they're supposed to form into one, and that's supposed to be the beginning or the that's the trick though. Um, that seems more believable that they're going to try it as a trick. I mean, they do false flag attacks. I mean, that's a thing. So like, I think that same thing. It's just on a bigger scale. It's on a hey, let's all get together. You knew it was something when COVID happened because it was like all these other countries didn't do shit, and then they're like, oh, they got it. Oh, we get you now. You knew each state when they signed on, when it was like known that that state is down. It was like, all right, so today there's 33 people that have COVID, 33 specifically, like everywhere you look, that number was on everything, and it's like, what, what,
Yeah.
what is that
But
about?
at the same time, you heard me, like now you got to look at it like they set us up. Whatever they did while we was quarantined is you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, boom, if you thinking like that, then it's like, all right, boom, the vaccines and all of that shit. And now they saying that is a lot of plastic in our bodies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Woo. So I'm like, and you just saw me. I just was eating out of plastic bowl. You understand me? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you stupid bitches knew all of this, and you just not. I'm 41. Fuck, whatever's gonna happen to me, gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? Like it is. You see what I'm saying? But now it's all these things that you got to do, and it's all these different entities, and it's like I just think that whatever you do believe in, you know what I'm saying? That's what you believe in. I think it's too many people going that route, you know what I'm saying? And then you really like doing their homework, they just gonna be down. And if they wrong, if they right, it's down, you hear me? But if they wrong, they ain't gonna have none of that ice water.
See, yeah, seem like a problem if they're wrong. That's that's the difference between a. It's called the Pascal's wager. Pascal's wager is exactly that. It's if God doesn't exist and you believe in him, then you're good. You get to go to the place, whatever it is, your afterlife. And then if he doesn't, I'm sorry, if you believe and he doesn't exist, like nothing happens. Okay, fine. But if he doesn't exist and you don't believe, nothing happens. But if he exists and you don't believe, then you're gonna end up in hell, and that's a problem. So why, just out of just the logic of it, why not? What do you lose from believing in God, even if he's not real? You lose nothing, but you could gain everything, like as far as your afterlife goes. And so why not go with that? You get built-in community, you get reassurance about the afterlife, you get all these different benefits from it. Why not?
I mean, he'll know if you just like using them or whatever. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So
But I
it
mean,
gotta
it
be
doesn't.
genuine.
It takes practice to have that belief, that faith. It takes practice. Practicing that religion is exactly that. You get to the practice is every day. You go out and you believe this thing, and you're testing it against the world, right?
Now
So
see, is it practice? Because I'm not gonna say, well, and we was forced to go to church, but we was getting our ass whooped. Like we was literally forced, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, but at the same time, like, that's just like math, science, social studies, woo de woo, right? We come up and we learn that shit as part of our, the curriculum, right?
yeah.
Same thing as God. So it's like, what if they was lied to? You see what I'm saying? And what if, like, all right, our grandparents and our people, the people that taught us about God.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's just as well that we could have been born to people who don't believe in God and we wouldn't believe in it. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like, all right, we do, right? But at the same time, like with the slave thing, and why would they give us this and woo de woo, and it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, you heard me, like, and God, I'm just being real, you heard me? Like sometimes I think, is it my faith so strong, or is it because I was raised in it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you
Yeah.
are though. I mean, that's absolutely what it is. I mean, you're 95% likely to be the thing that your parents are. 95%. That means that like the other 5% are the people that don't. They go, no, no, no. I see that. I'm not going to do it. But um, it's a to me, it's an imperative. It's a for a lot of people, they do need that. Like, you shouldn't need a book that thick to tell you not to be a dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be a good person, you don't really need all of this lesson or anything. The relationship with God is the same way. Like, you can practice that and feel that and live that life, and it's gonna. I mean, it doesn't take that much to do it. It takes really just believing and going forward. And now, I'm agnostic, so that means that I believe that there is something that created us, like intelligent design. I don't know if he cares what we do, but I talk to him anyway. I talk, and I still
Do
have
you
a.
believe that it's the alien people?
I think that's a possibility. I don't close off any possibilities because I don't really. There's no way for me to know. That's what agnostic means. I don't know. I know that there is an intelligent design, though. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, science will show you that there is. There's an intelligent designer. So that could be God, whatever you would consider God. Like, so there's dimensions to it. So you could look at.
Ain't that like a contradiction though?
How so?
Because what you believe in, cause,
Agnostic.
and that means I don't know, right?
It means I don't know, but I believe that there is a God. Like, there isn't a creator. Like for the same way that say you make an ant farm, and you put the, you don't put any ants in there, you just put larvae in there. And once they come about, they're unaware of you. They don't see you. They have no idea that you exist. Do I care what each one of them does if they steal from the other one? If they do that, no, I don't care. But I still made their life possible. No, I didn't make the freaking larva, like, but I'm just saying, like, I gave them the place, the space, and the ability to do so. And that's
You don't think
possibly
that's different because that's nature? Like you gotta let nature take its place. Like you can't interfere, right?
right. I mean, you could interfere. I could not allow it to, do anything. Or I could go, you know what? I'm gonna take half of it. I'm gonna block half of them off, and then I'm gonna let this one live with this type of food and this one without. Like, I could do anything I wanted to them if I wanted to. So, I mean,
You
but
they God.
yeah, exactly. You would be considered their god. They would think so, at least. But do I care what they do? No, not at all. I don't care what they do. They don't have to worship me or anything else. Like, it's just they're there, and they're there. Or I.
But you're not really their God. But if you
Right.
was really their God, you would care, right? Don't you think?
The same. I mean, the same way that we care for, like, I remember growing some greenery and like, I'd go in there and I'd talk to my green every day. Like, just sit there and just like, because
But they're live organisms, though. Plants are living
Yeah,
organisms.
absolutely.
They can hear you.
Yeah, they can, and they react. Actually, like, that's a scientific thing. That's why I did it. Playing music and things like that. It's actually I just found out about one where
But you're not really
um,
their God. But if you was really
a
their God,
a tree that has
don't you think?
they have a network system below them that can
Mhm.
reach each other, and they can communicate over long distances. And what they found is that trees that spawned other trees, like they're the mom tree or the original tree, they can send nutrients to their spawnlings just through that network system. They can choose not to put it to other trees, just theirs. And it's a fungus type that does that. Now that's really interesting to me. I mean, that says there is a level of consciousness and self-preservation to them.
You could. That's how you're supposed to recharge. You're supposed to take your shoes off and touch a tree
Yeah,
for
ground
like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, all right, boom.
They can send nutrients to
What you believe in, though, because you it's like you don't know, but you believe in something, but you don't know what it is. So is that really believing in it?
Sure. It's knowing that there is something. Like, I don't have a specific set of rules or dogma to go by, but I do have, if you're good, like, if they're paying attention at all, then they'll know your intentions in the long run. Because if they're especially if they're omnipotent, where they're everywhere all at once, they're not just seeing this in the same way we do, which is what defines it. So, like, I think that a fifth dimensional being, something that is beyond even fourth dimension and fifth, that is where, I mean, God would even be above that fifth dimension, like, because there's supposedly nine or 11, depending on what you go by, which we couldn't know for sure. But
And then, do we really know anything though? Let's just take what we talking about now, right? They lied to us about everything, right? That's just like I told you, I was trying to find my boo, but my daddy don't know his dad,
yeah,
right? So it's like, all right, boom, right? So let's just take that as a race, right? Our daddy don't know his daddy, right? So what we gonna do? We gonna listen to whatever they say. You see what I'm saying? Because we gonna think that they wouldn't lie to us and this and that and whoop de whoop. So now, right, knowing that they didn't lie about everything else, you heard me? Right? What makes you think that they didn't lie about, big God?
right. I mean, that's also a thought, but we had to come from somewhere, right? Like, no matter what that is, and that's what I explore in my book coming up. Actually, is exploring those possibilities. How we frame this reality is what I'm trying to discuss in it. And what I come to, I mean, I'll give you the conclusion right now, which is it doesn't matter as much about. It matters about impact. Your goal, the meaning of life is impact. Like, it's to be present in the world. Like, don't use escapism through drugs, alcohol, all that stuff, because what ends up happening is you end up not able to witness the world, and that's your whole purpose, is to witness the world and make an impact on it in some way.
Well,
Tupac said
some
it.
people think that when you on drugs, that's the real. You ever heard that?
What?
That like when you on like drugs and shit, that's the real reality. That's why they don't want you on.
DMT. Yeah, on DMT, I definitely understand that one because it is a very convincing mental space that everybody seems to go to. I don't know what is happening in that. I can't even pretend to know for sure because it is very disorienting. But that I've
What
done
is
all
it?
DMT,
What is that?
dimethyl dioxine.
You know, I
Um,
don't know. Fuck that
it's
is.
Latin for no reason. DMT is a chemical that you end up smoking, and it you hit it 3 times and you are transported to a whole nother reality. I mean, it's not anything like this. It is you are you feel what I call the warm hug, which is like you get this feeling of everything's gonna be okay, and then you go okay, cool, and then you are launched into this other reality where there's a bunch of different fractals and patterns and stuff, and
Ain't that like how y'all be not y'all, but like people trip off of mushrooms and shit.
not the same, not even close. Like you'll get some melting shit and you'll get some like weird visuals, but mushrooms are very mild in comparison. Now you can trip it where colors are terrible. Like it's not fun. I've gone there before and it's not comparable. Just like acid, any other hallucinogen I've ever tried, it's nothing like this. This is you go somewhere and everybody feels the exact, like they all feel the same thing, they all describe the same entities coming in contact with, so it's like yeah man, like it's
When you
that's
say go somewhere, like is it an out of body experience
yes,
or
100%. You'll never see your hands like here, you can see your hands, you cannot see them there, like you just see the experience, and nobody ever really took that into consideration that I talked to. They're like, no, I couldn't see my hands. Then that's not your body, that's a spirit like type of feel, like that's that other. So you all, and if you go up, I call it talking to her because it does feel like a feminine energy, but she tells you things like very deep
when you say
um,
go somewhere, like is it
bits
an
of
out of
knowledge
body
without ever saying
experience
anything.
or
Like there's no words, and yet you're understanding what they're telling you. It's the weirdest experience you could possibly go through as a
you
human.
got on a bonnet?
No, no, no. It's for me it was a fractal inside of like on a fractal. It was just shapes and patterns that like took on a like a almost its own shape, but it's still just weird visuals. I couldn't understand it.
What do you think about that? They say that God is a female. Yeah, you heard that?
Women create, women birth, like yeah, I mean we call it Mother Earth because it gives us everything we need, it's our home and all that.
You got on
So
a
the same
bonnet?
thing, I mean I don't think that God would have a sex in general, you know what I'm saying, like there's no, if there's not a female God to it, then why would you have genitals at all, like you don't need them, like you don't need a reproduction thing, so
But
I
they
don't.
say that's how we got here. The whatever was having relations with the humans,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you heard that too.
I have. So yeah, the Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki is that's some really deep stuff, and I cover that in the book as well. It's so the possibility that we have an intelligent designer is pretty high, just based on everything that's here. So think about it from this perspective. When the Earth was formed, like originally,
But
um,
they say that's how
it
we
was
got
it was a
here.
fireball, right? And while it was
To
still on
whatever
fire,
was
the
having
moon came and hit it at
relations with the
exactly the
humans.
right degree and everything. Within 4 degrees
You
is all
heard
it
that
takes
too?
for that to change what happened. Like we wouldn't have a moon. The moon is what allowed us to have waves, and it allowed our life cycles to go. So
Well, they say the moon is bad though, right?
why bad?
I don't know. They said that's what they're saying. They say the moon is evil and this and that and voodoo
I've
woo.
heard
You
some.
ain't supposed to stare in the moon and shit like that.
Yeah, I've heard some things like that, but I think that it's people that love to introduce that chaos into people's beliefs. Like they just like messing with people. Like that's
Yeah.
really what I feel like it is.
And that's a lot going on today with the entertaining people. You see what I'm saying? Like they taking information and they putting their own gangsterism on it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, boom. Yeah, it sound good, but at the same time, your fate will be tested.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you will be tested. You heard me? In the last days. There's gonna be war everywhere, this and that. You see the weather in Europe. You know what I'm saying? The weather gonna be tripping, you know what I'm saying? Gonna have famine and water where it ain't supposed to be, and you know what I'm saying? This Antarctica shit. Like, I don't know though. Like I think that it's a lot of evil that's that's been took over and now trying to take back over, and it's like the whole, like the energy shifting. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could feel something, right? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say it's the end of the world. I'm not gonna say it's woo woo. It's just a lot of evil energy. You see what I'm saying? And you could feel that shit. Like you could look at people and see it. Like, you see what I'm saying? And it's like
See, we look and we see different things. It's interpretation. It's how you interpret these different actions and these different things. Because like you're gonna have you've got the whole Palestine thing going on right now where people are dying every day, and certain people are saying that they can't believe that this is happening on this side, and the other side is saying the same exact thing. Like they see it, they just see it different. You've been to war, then you know that you like, especially when with speaking of the like Iraq and Afghanistan war, like we have two different gods, and each has won different battles. And if it was not one God that we were both praying to, then how would that work at all? Like it's like, oh no, I'm just picking favorites for this battle. Like, what? They were just more righteous. Oh no, this time they were more righteous. Like it's like that's just our interpretation of the world, and we're trying to make sense of it all. You know?
yeah, but at the same time, like I would think if you could summon them things that they be summoning, right? Then that should tell you, right, all right, boom, it is good, it is evil. It's just that what we interpret and what we have been taught is good and evil is fucked up. Cause now I'm hearing Hitler was black and all this stupid shit, and I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. But you never knew. You see what I'm saying? You don't never knew.
The winner of the war gets to write the history book.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, boom. Now they saying we from here, and we never been to Africa and all that stuff, and we don't know. People get online and be like, "Oh, it's this and this." Somebody told you that. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like it's whatever you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your faith is being tested. Like the woo, so whatever you believe in, you better stand on business with it. You hear me?
Yes.
Because that's what I'm doing. But I do have doubts. I'm human, right? Because it's like, all right, boom, that shit makes sense. That shit makes sense. You know, that shit makes sense. And it's like, all right, boom, that did come from the slave master, the woo, right? But at the same time, we couldn't read back then, so they ain't knew they was giving us. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like they probably was just like giving us that, like, man, fuck them, they can't read anyway. Like, we just gonna tell them tell them what it says.
They did that since Christianity has been around. Like it was only when was that? That was like the Pope. It was the maybe the third Pope, was it? That had he said that the Bible would no longer be in just Latin. We want everybody to be able to read it. And the church was like, nah. And they tried to excommunicate him and say, no, you can't do that. He's like, well, I'm doing it anyway. There's nothing you can do about it. And he showed up. He showed up to the next year, the following year, he showed up to the to where's the Pope at? He's in Italy, but what's the Vatican? He showed up to the Vatican with his army and was like, all right, and he beat the shit out of that Pope, and then made him wear a bunch of shit because he was like, nah, you're a lie. That's gangster shit, man. And so
they let him touch the Pope.
yeah, oh yeah, they didn't have a choice. They were outnumbered and everything because the Pope was he was honestly this king, or I think it was a king actually. It was a king. It wasn't the Pope. The king is the one that did it to the Pope, because the Pope was the one that was in the wrong, because he was saying that they couldn't do that. That's what it was. They said they couldn't do that, and then this king said, no, we're definitely doing that. Like we should be telling everybody the word, and he didn't agree, which I'm for that. Like that's exactly what you're talking about, which is the ability to lie to people and so on. Like they're gonna believe you. They're going to believe whatever you say because you're the person that's giving them the information. Well, you have no reason to lie, right? Well, of course, of course they do. Of course they do.
But at the same time, you see what I'm saying? Where did their information come from? And then where they got their information at, where did their information come from? Because it's like, all right, boom. A lot of people could talk slick. I could talk slick. I could sound like I know what I'm saying and don't. You see what I'm saying? So it's like people make a living off of this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, you go over here, and it's like, all right, boom. Um, we worship the earth, right? But then you go over here, and it's like, all right, they saying that Solomon and Gomorrah shit, right?
Yeah.
When they were trying to build a ladder to God, right? Now, didn't God, didn't they say that he made everybody speak different languages and shit?
Yeah.
I can talk slick. I can
I've
sound
heard
like I
that.
know what I'm
I don't know why
saying.
though. It doesn't serve any
You,
purpose.
I mean, it did. You heard me because if a Vietnamese come and walk up to you, you you gonna be lost. You see what I'm saying? So
Oh
I'm like,
right.
all right.
Okay. Okay. I get
Some of
it.
the shit that they saying and then it's in the Bible, it do fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they saying the wrong side one, and we descendants of, this and
Mhm.
that, and woo the woo. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, boom, it do make sense and woo the woo. But at the same time,
I don't know why though.
it's
It doesn't
only
serve any
the
purpose.
entertainers on that type of time. You see
Oh,
what I'm saying?
it's not only the entertainers. It influences anybody that's got influence and power, like because that's what it is now. Because now it used to be, you were guaranteed to be whatever your parents were and whatever your community was. Now we're getting exposed to outside ideas that we would have never been exposed to, never, not once. Like when it comes to the trans community, I don't know. I don't know if you have ever seen one like as far as when you were in school and stuff. We didn't have one person that was like it was not a thing. Like in my neighborhood didn't see anybody. In my city really, I might have saw one ever. And so but now we're making the law around an ultra minority that I would consider. I mean, even now, like with people diagnosing themselves or saying that they are that, like it's still only it's less than 1%. So
But do you believe that like all right with them, right? And it's like all right, they trying to push that on everybody.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Like all right, these the streamers, not the new streamers, like the ones that your kids watch and they be
Yep.
playing with the toy. They make a lot of fucking gay ass jokes and gay ass. You see what I'm saying? And it's like you can say that they're grooming. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because
Yes.
my son watched the shit, and I be in the I don't be wanting to be woo woo, but I'm like I'm sitting and he I don't want to take his innocence either. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But at the same time, I don't want him to think that. So it's confusing now with this old puss ass shit. You don't want to be the bad guy because they don't understand why you so mad and don't want to watch it because they innocent and pure.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now they thinking you mean and woo. So that shit, I let them watch the old puss ass niggas. You heard me? But at the same time, it's like they make a lot of like woo the woo jokes like with each other. Like they're all right. You ever saw the hound and the spaghetti thing where they shared the
Yeah.
spaghetti?
Yeah. Lady and the Tramp.
All right, boom. That's what these two bitch ass niggas be doing. Like they share their food like that and woo the woo and they make all kind of obscene jokes and shit. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
want to see that shit. I
That's
don't
what
want
I'm
to see
saying.
it. I don't want to see it. That's not my. They can do whatever the fuck. I'm a libertarian, so I say you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as it don't hurt another person or another person's property. That's on you. Whatever you do is what you do. But like you said, it does harm when you are pushing that idea into people that are not willing. They're not able to make those.
Decipher.
Yes, make those determinations. You're right. Uh,
That's sick.
it is because I saw what I saw is the leading doctor that the World Health Organization and the I forget what ours is called, but they're not the CDC, but National Health maybe. But they're the ones that listen to this doctor, and this doctor is for um, the that kids can diagnose themselves saying that I'm the opposite sex and so on as low as 5.
Yeah, he the fucking reason that they could sue their parents
Yeah.
for not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish my son would.
We go into court.
No, we going to walk. We ain't gonna make it to court. One of us ain't gonna make
Yeah.
it.
That makes it look so much worse because it's not that. It's what it is. Is like, um, that doctor being for the affirming care like that, the problem with it is that she goes that yeah, they know their identity by the time they're, by the time they're 4 or 5 years old, they know who they are. They know who they are inside. Nah, nah. I didn't know who I was really until after I was like, until after I was 18. Like really knowing who you are and what you like.
So why they can't buy a gun at 5? One of them
Right,
gonna make.
right. Agreed. Why can't they make other decisions at 5? Why you got to be 21
Exactly.
before?
Why they
Yes.
can't get a fucking license then?
Yeah.
That decools that right there, so she can go sit her stupid ass down somewhere.
Absolutely.
See what I'm saying? Because she with that shit.
Yep.
You see
That's
what I'm
why.
saying? And it's like
It's a
they run the
bias.
world.
Yes, it's a
But
bias.
that's not that's why all right, boom. You can tell they run it, right? So now it's just gonna be like another fucking Noah's Ark. You know what I'm saying? Like woo de woo, like they gotta get all that, woo de woo out the system and all that, and a couple of people gonna live, and that's like what the fuck is going on? You see what I'm saying? Because it's like for real, because I ain't gonna say it's getting spooky. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, boom. These bitch ass niggas going to Mars. They doing all kind of shit with the extraterrestrial and all this and all that. And I'm like, well, what's gonna happen to the regular people?
Ain't nobody got an answer for that one. So okay, wait. So here, let's put it this way. So the World Health Organization. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. The WHO. It's not them. It's the.
What the fuck is going on? You see what I'm saying? Because it's like some scam artists.
Yeah, no, it's the World Economic Forum, the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They say, and they, that's the most powerful people go to this meeting. Like it's like the G16 or G18 summit, whatever they're at now. But it's that same thing where the leaders of the world are sitting here communicating, and they listen to financial things, tech people, financial people, and Cal Schwab, he said he was the leader for a long time, and he said we will own the public will own nothing and be happy about it. He said that we need 2.2 billion less people on the planet. Okay, that's 2.2 billion. How do you think they're gonna pick that? How they gonna pick them people? Do you think it's gonna be?
They ain't gonna pick them.
Oh, they definitely pick them. They're gonna make sure that the people they want to live are there, but they're gonna make sure the people they don't want to.
But at the same time, right? They can do that. But we talking,
we can do nothing.
Big G. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, boom. They can do what they, but now they saying that you don't really, pass on. You just don't go in the white light, and that's why we kept coming back. You heard that shit too?
Yeah, a form of it. I mean, it's a belief system that a lot of people share. That is, people think that you're gonna, like, for me, that kind of fits in what I think. Like, I think that our energy, like, I think that us. Man, it's hard to tell you exactly what I believe because it's so difficult. It's got a lot to it, but
that's what I'm saying. How do you believe in something that you don't know for sure?
Oh, I know that there was an inventor, there was a creator. I just don't know if he cares, and I don't know that we as humans know the rules specifically. Like I don't know that we know that, but I'm willing to say that yes, there is something that exists that did create us, but that's as far as it goes, as far as my knowledge goes. I don't go by any one religion. I've taken bits and pieces of most religions and put them into my life, just applied them to my life. Like Buddhism is. I love Buddhism because it's got a lot of things that I fuck with. Like for example, the very first thing I read about it was that it doesn't matter what's contained within these pages. If it doesn't feel like it applies to you, then it doesn't. Oh shit. Okay. Shit.
That's free will, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, all right, God already gave you that, so.
Yeah, that's to say that if it doesn't seem like it's right, like say the Bible itself says something that I don't agree with. That's like the Bible saying, okay, well, just because it says it in here doesn't mean it applies to you. So if you don't feel like it does, then it doesn't. The Bible will never do that. It's going to give you a very strict guidelines on what you can and can't do. I mean,
you think so?
Yeah.
Don't they say that each scripture could be interpreted over 100 different ways? That's free will.
Thou
right?
shalt not. That is not. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we don't even know if that's the woo. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like 26 of them or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm like, then the nigga came down, he dropped one, or he threw one, and he had to go back. You see what I'm saying? Like that wasn't his to throw on the ground like that. That was our salvation. Stupid. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, boom. He had to go back. Now, what happened to the shit that the rules that he dropped?
Right.
Did he go back and get the same rules? You know what I'm saying? Did they give him different rules? You heard me? Did they have the? They can't give him a goal in case he dropped this one. So you see what I'm saying? Like, how
Okay.
did that go?
So multiple people have had, or multiple religions that have done that. People that want to have a religion or have a um, their own cult, and that this is our belief system. Like they all start from somewhere, but they're all rooted in somebody trying to control other people. It's very rare for something to go, no, we're not trying to control you guys. We just want to give you some good advice. Um, and so, like like look at Mormons, like Joseph Smith, his story. It's kind of crazy to believe him, even after knowing that, and it's proven that he he said he got that's where Jesus was in North America, and the Native Americans interacted with him, and he went and saw two of the angels, and they gave him these plates, golden plates, and he can look through it, and it gives him the word of God. So he did that, and he had his assistant write the words as he's reading them, and they took the book, they took the manuscript after he was starting to get popular. Like, here, boom, now do it again. If you got him still, go ahead. And he's like, all right. He goes and does it, and he brings it back, and they compared him, and they're like, wait, this is like completely different. Yeah, there's still points, the stories are somewhat there, but like it's completely different. So, but then they still believed him because he said, yeah, they did that so that you guys would doubt me, but God told me to keep reading, so I kept reading. It's not very
That's what.
believable to me.
And then it's like, all right, boom. First, you hear a couple of chapters getting took out the Bible. Now it's over 100 got took out, and I'm like, well, goddamn, like you see what I'm saying? Like, how that's my fault? You heard me? Like,
It's
I
not.
believe in you. Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like if it is an afterlife, you see what I'm saying? Like, our soul is based upon our parents and well, really our grandparents' beliefs, because our grandparents gonna give our parents the beliefs, we're gonna give our beliefs. You see what I'm saying?
It would keep
So
going
it's
back
like
and back and back.
my soul, my like, if you really look at it, right? Like my daddy, he don't know his daddy, right?
Yep.
So boom,
Same.
we don't know our daddy, right?
Yep.
So now we gotta go off of what so-called family members say, right? We don't know if they had a vendetta. We don't know if they was beefing. We don't know if they really knew him and things like that, right? We don't know if they making shit up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing with this. It's like, all right, boom, God is the father, right? But at the same time, I don't know my daddy. You heard me? So if I don't know my daddy, he don't know his daddy, I don't know me, right? I can only know what they tell me I am. So now you bitch ass niggas been lying. So it's like, man, I don't like. I
Faith.
don't even. I
Faith.
don't even know. Huh?
Faith.
Like,
That's all
yeah,
it is.
like,
It comes
I
down to
don't
faith
even
because
know him.
you gotta believe
To
in
believe
something,
in the
right?
fucking alien shit.
Right.
Because y'all done lied about Christians. Y'all done lied about all that shit. And now y'all want me to believe. You see what I'm saying? Then they got all this AI. Man, fuck all that, man. Shit confusing. You heard me? Stay strapped.
I agree with that entirely. I agree. Stay strapped, but also be able to discern when you see something. If it goes against what you believe, that doesn't mean like so. Okay, how I define intelligence. Intelligence is you got to believe in something, right? When you're introduced to some new information that you've never heard, and it's unbelievable almost. You got to go, okay, is it or not? Like that, my measurement is how you react to information that you've never heard before, because you can't just disbelieve everything you ever hear because like you won't find anything out. But if you believe everything that you hear, then you're gonna be running around chasing your tail the whole time. You
But
gotta have a level of faith.
at the same time, just because you don't believe it, does that make it not true? Or just because if you believe it, does that make it true? You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes. And the trying to define truth, the definition of truth. What would you say it is? What is the definition of truth?
I don't know, not a lie.
Not a lie. That's actually a pretty good answer, honestly. Like that's a pretty damn good answer. Like not a lie. Yeah,
You see what I'm
actually.
saying?
Um,
But what is true?
yeah.
Because everything that we thought was true has turned out not like so. What is considered true, and how do you, if everything is altered,
Mm-hmm.
right? How do you look up the truth about the truth if the truth is altered and the truth about the truth is altered? You see what I'm saying?
Belief,
Like the shit just don't
faith.
make sense.
The word faith.
Like
So I don't like faith. Not a lot. I don't believe.
That's a pretty damn good answer. Like, not a lot. Yeah, actually.
So for me, truth is it's in the eye of the beholder. So the person that it's true to them. So like my mom used to say this. She used to say, uh, "There's three sides to every story: his, hers, and the truth." So like he may be thinking that he's right, and she may think that she's right based on their perspective, what they saw. But it doesn't make either one of them true. The truth is beyond that. The truth is something that we might not ever see or know or be able to find out because it's not something that we can be definite about. We can't be definite about anything, but the thing that'll get you through is believing what you believe and it sounds right to you. And you're like, that does sound right. Because, like, okay, flat earthers, right now, flat earthers. Like, that's crazy to me that that's even a thing, but they have arguments that has pulled in so many people. Like, I mean, I know a lot of very intelligent people.
so you don't think the earth flat?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Um, because I've seen the sunset. Every day it sets, right? Yeah, I've sat there and watched the sunset over a horizon, at the beach or whatever. And it just goes by. It just goes down. Okay. But then I've also taken an airplane from Florida to Idaho right at dusk, like right when the sun was going down, and like we chased the sun over that horizon. Like that's why it makes me, like I've seen it. That's why. That's the only reason. If I hadn't seen that, then I could not give that argument. I have to go based on what other people have said, and it could be altered and so on. But if you have something to go by, then go by that. There's also pilots that say that they've been all the way down in South America and could see the Rockies, like North America, from there. Impossible if it's even curved at the percentage they say it is. So.
Um, alright, so how do you come to the notion from that the earth is round?
Because as it goes over so if I wasn't able to chase it and it was just going dark, because that's what's happening, instead of it being flat, it's just going to a further away place. Then I would see it change direction if it was changing direction, for one, and for two, we're going not only towards it, but it's keeping at the same rate of the curvature. That's the whole thing. Like if it wasn't keeping up with the rate of curvature, because I sat there and had to look it up and all this shit, because I was like, that's crazy. It was sunset for 2 hours, like while I'm on this flight.
But you sure it does the same thing every time?
No, not at all. I can't tell you that it does it every time, and I've never got a flight that was that exact time either. But I know that was one of the coolest experiences you could have. Like, sunsets maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes at tops. Like the sun gets that color, or the sky gets that color, and it goes. It was 2 hours of just like sunset the entire time. It was really cool.
But even if the earth is round or flat, when the sun goes to the other side of the earth, you ain't gonna see it regardless if it's flat or round. So how would that tell you that it's round?
Well, there's not people, because of the rate of curvature, which is how you take the speed that we're going, and then you take the believed curvature of the earth, and you go ahead and you multiply them, and then you go ahead and you'll get a rate. And it's the amount of time that it took me to go from here to here, and it matches. And you can run that any way. You can literally just run it from the time, and like so you could just prove it from that. But even if it's flat, like it doesn't change anything. If it's flat for me, it doesn't change anything if it's round or flat. I don't care. I don't care which one it is, honestly.
So
But I chose to believe that it's round.
But I think it's flat, right?
Yeah.
But if it's round or flat, will we get a prize, or you see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If
You don't
it's
get
round
nothing.
or flat, we living on this motherfucker. Somebody right and somebody wrong.
So you just let that shit slide off. You just let that shit glow. Like, let it go. Let it go. Because you don't need to know. Like, it doesn't. That's not going to affect your life any day. Like, on any day. So why do you give so much of a fuck about it? If it impacts your day, then you give a fuck about it. But otherwise, like, that's why I said, I don't care if it's flat or not. I would like to see some proof on either side that made me go, okay, undoubtable. Because we know that the pictures that they show of the Earth it's
You see what I'm
stupid.
saying?
Like
Like,
those are they're
they
all
said that's the
created.
bottom of cool drink cans.
The
So
bottom
you
of
just
what?
let that shit slide
The
off. You
bottom
just
of
let
cool
that shit
drink
blow.
cans.
Like let it go.
Is
Let it go.
what?
Because you don't need to like it
The
doesn't.
sun picture.
That's not
You
gonna
know
affect your
the
life
curve
any
at the
day.
bottom.
Yeah.
Like on any day. So
I'm
why
gonna
why
say
do you
that
give so
all
much
them
of a
pictures
fuck
and
about it?
shit. They say they
If it
made that
impacts
out
your
of the
day,
bottom of cool
then you
drink
give a fuck
cans.
about it. But otherwise, like
It
that's why
could
I said
be.
I don't
I
care
mean,
about sliding. I would like
hell
to
if
see
I
some
know.
proof
You
on
don't
either
know.
side.
You
And
see what I'm saying? And it's like, all
no,
right, boom.
because we know
This
that
is
the
everything
pictures that
that
they
we've
show
been
of the
told,
Earth is
Hmm.
right?
it's stupid.
But at the same time, now
They're
we
all
realizing that we've been lied to, right? You see what I'm saying? So
the bottom of what?
how could you believe anything that a liar tells you
Is
when
what?
they've lied to you countless of times? The sun picture, you know the
Because
curve at the bottom.
you have to believe in something, or you can be.
I'm
I
gonna
mean, you
say
can
that
be
all them
nihilist.
pictures and shit.
Nihilist
They say they
is
made that
that's
out of
just
the
like
bottom
nope,
of
I don't
cool
believe in
drink
anything.
cans.
I don't believe in anything. Not an atheist. Just a nihilist where it's
You
like
don't
I
know.
don't
You see what I'm
doesn't
saying?
matter. None of it
It's like,
matters.
all right, boom.
Is really a
This
nihilist
is
view.
everything that
Nothing
we've been
matters
told,
because there's
right?
no God. There's no
But at
anything.
the
It's just
same
nothing
time,
matters.
now we do you think it's a heaven or hell, right? You see what I'm saying?
No.
So how could you? They say it's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
Liar tells you
That's what I believe because I think that a lot of people get the spiritual, the idea of the ego, like me, I. Okay, well, I, if there's a soul, is that energy that's actually like moving this meat suit around, like it's the energy. So like, if if I die, just like if you see an apple, and you've watched one of those like
Do you think
time
it's a
lapse
heaven or
where
hell?
like it'll go to nothing.
Wither
Um,
away.
yeah, it'll wither away and then it's completely gone, right? So once it's completely gone, its entity, its energy still went somewhere. Okay, is there a soul of an
Into
apple?
the
I don't.
earth.
Yeah, look, right. It gets redistributed, and I think that's what it is with the soul. I think that it's redistributed throughout the universe or multiverse, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Like it's gonna prove, it's gonna go into a body. It's gonna do whatever it is, but it's all. To me, I think that like I forget what they call that, but it's essentially where all energy is stored. Like all the soul energy, I guess you could consider it. It's all stored there, and it chooses to come here to experience. And so I think like um, so my centricism is we are the universe observing itself. So like we are all one. We are all we are all one energy, one life force, one thing. But look at Buddhism, where they say if you're about to ascend, you've gotten to that point where you're about to ascend into what you would consider heaven. Um, they they don't go up. They say no. I have to turn back, and I have to go actually because you are me and I am you. I have to go back and bring more of me up. Like that's the whole goal. And they may not be in a position to do so or knowledge of this previous life, but they still choose to do it because they know that's what they have to do. Like if you cared about yourself, each person as you do yourself, you're not going to leave yourself behind there. So if we're all one, then I think that that's. I think that a lot of people get spirituality and religion like crossed, where they have the idea of me. Personally, I just don't
Yeah,
think I.
yeah, yeah. But at the same time, right? We talking about like, all right, you say you don't believe in heaven or hell, right?
Yeah.
But it's like now people are saying that you never, it's just a you like you say the energy,
Yeah.
right? And it just goes back into what I'm saying. It just what you pick. And some people are saying you're not gonna be able to see the extraterrestrials unless you are on a certain vibration. You heard that?
No, I haven't heard that one actually.
Yeah, they say you're not even gonna be able to see them unless you're on a certain vibration. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all of it. Like information is dangerous, right?
It can be.
Because you don't know what's true, you don't know what's been verified, this and that. All you gotta do is just find something and believe in. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, boom. If the verified information is false, you see what I'm saying? Then what the fuck is y'all going by to be sure that this is it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do y'all have that's telling y'all this is what it is? This is what happens. Y'all could time travel, this, that, and the other. You see what I'm saying? Is that shit really happening? And if that shit is happening, right? Then I do believe that we beings. You see what I'm saying? Because in order to travel in time, you have to break apart, you have to give it. You see what I'm saying? You got to
Hmm.
travel like sound and shit. You heard me? So it's like, all right, boom. Where the fuck you gonna go at? You
What
see
you
what I'm saying?
what you mean? Where are you
Like they
gonna go
don't
at?
like, all right, boom. if you go back in time and then come back in time, right? But they say time doesn't exist, right?
Right, right.
So where the fuck you going?
So the way that I could put that, because there's, and the reason that we go by this is like we go by, or at least me in the book, like I did it Chicago style, so that every reference I make has a number to it, and that number tells you exactly what studies I use to be able to say what statement, so you can test my knowledge against it. Go, where did you get that from? I'm telling you, motherfucker. Yeah, it's because like we're going based on, so there is no such thing as time, or at least time doesn't work the way we think. We think that it only works one way, but they've already proven that there's such thing as what's called negative time, and that's just from an experiment where they shot a photon into a hydrogen atom. They shot one photon into it, and what they saw is that as it's approaching it, it actually comes out of it and goes back in to meet it at the same exact time. It's like, what?
Wait, say that one more time.
They're shooting a proton or a photon at an atom, and they shoot it at it, and what it does is it makes, as it approaches it, you can see it coming out of the atom, and you shouldn't be able to see it coming out because it hasn't even gone in yet. And then it matches when it goes into the atom. Like it's like time cycles itself, and they called it negative time to be able to um, quantify it. So negative time means in the past, right? So if it can go even that fraction, and it can be that, then that's proof enough to say that there's time travel. Also, there's time mirrors. Time mirrors are something that they spin. They spin mirrors and they shoot a photon into the mirror, and what ends up happening is they can see. Instead of being able to see how many times it reflects, what they can see is that it goes into the middle, and they can see where it was, and then they can see where it's going before it actually is. It's one photon. They can count it, and so they're seeing where it goes. The time mirrors are fucking freaky. It's a weird phenomena. Once you approach the speed of light, everything changes. The first example I have in the book is so a photon itself. It always tripped me out. Like how they
I
say.
can hear you. I'm getting him something. He wants something that's at the top of the gap.
I got you. It goes into the middle, and they can see where it was.
I can still hear you though.
Oh, you hear? All right. So a photon that's being birthed in the sun, it takes about 120 million years for a single photon to actually pick up the energy that it takes to escape the sun's to the inside of the sun and be emitted. So that in itself, it takes 8 minutes to get from there to here, to Earth, and 1 second more to get to the moon. And to the photon, though, like from the perspective of the photon, it actually, that was all instantaneous. It all happened at the moment. It was created, and it was touching your skin, or touching the moon that instant. But it took 120 million years. But the faster you go, the less gravity and time affect you, the same way as it's gravity itself. So like black holes are crazy for that reason, because like as you approach the center of it, they say that you'll get sucked in and you'll be spaghettified. But the thing is that once you get to the inner core, like the part where right before you would go in, all time would stop. Like you would just be stuck there, watching the entire universe go by in front of you, like, and you would be in a fixed position forever. It's like it's.
How do they know that though?
They don't. They don't. I don't care what they say. They don't. They just assume. They just assume because of the math. It all comes back down to this, the math and the, because like quantum physics wasn't even a thought before, like, and that's once we understood quantum, we knew that there's somewhere else. Like so the slit experiment, the most famous one. Maybe you might have heard of Schrodinger's cat, where Schrodinger he's got a cat. It's inside of a box, and before he ever gets to the box, the cat is alive and it's dead at the same time. There's no way to know until he opens the box, and then when he opens the box, it is what it is. It's either dead or alive, and it's stuck in that state forever. But until you open it, it could be either one. It's possibility essentially. So they did the same thing with the photon. They took a slit like this, like an outlet, and they shot singular photons at it, and so they wanted to see what it looked like on the other side. So from this side over here, it looks like it it's hitting the it's hitting the wall and just the stripes, just like you would assume that it does. But then when they look from the other side, it's like waves. Like it bounces everywhere and it doesn't create the same picture at all. But it's
Sound waves or
no,
real
no, no.
waves?
Like photons, like one measurement of light, like the smallest measurement of a light. Um, so it's like, okay, but it acts like a wave. So for that to happen, there has to be what's called superposition. Superposition is that on and off at the same time, not one or the other. Um, and so that that helped me to understand that um, that there's another realm, there's another place. Like, and I think of the multiverse, and that's what I think about. Is like there's multiple dimensions. Every choice you could make is being made. Like it is somewhere. It is being made.
Yeah.
Um, they talk
They
about CERN.
that's like pick the ending, like in your movie.
Yes. Yes. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. As you walk through a door, these are all walled off. Like all those possibilities that were, they're gone. And you only have these options to choose from now. And I think that every single one of those choices exists.
What you think about Antarctica?
I think that it's really weird that every country has it. We're all gonna we are at war up here, but down there, no, 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 we're cool. Everybody's cool. Like we're not gonna fuck around down here, right? Why? Why would that be? Why would we give a fuck? It's like, yeah, we're gonna take that bitch over. No, 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 no. We're all gonna be at peace right here. And you're not allowed to fly there. You're just not allowed. Why am I not allowed? Like, if I want to die, let me die. But they can't. You're not allowed. Get the fuck out of here. That's not a.
But I'm asking you, like, because some people say it's aliens, some people say it's a whole nother world, some people say it's secrets. What you think? What you think under that ice?
I think that it's a structure, whether it's man-made or not. I don't know. I don't think it's another world. I think that it is secret. I think they maybe agreed that if they found some some alien shit, they'd be like, all right, yeah. We can't hide this shit, but it's here. Like, what I'm saying? Like, we can't hide it, and you can't hide it, so we just need to hide it from our people. Like, all right. Well, do I get to use it? Yeah. We're all get to use it.
But everything is mapped out of something. Like the phones are made out of us, the computers are made from our brain and all of that, right? But at the same time, if all right, if everything not real, right? That they say, right, like time and all of that, right?
They say time is what?
They say time is fake, right?
Oh yeah.
So, I heard Prince say that he stopped counting his birthdays. You see what I'm saying? You ever heard that?
Yeah. I love that quote because I did the same thing. I said I suffered from Benjamin Button disease. I'm going backwards now. I'm 36, y'all. I'm 36. I've been doing this for 4 years now.
Back in the Jeep, people lived 3, 4, 5, 600 years. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. What calendar were they using?
I ain't never heard of no birthday party in the Bible.
Nope.
They say time is fake,
Not one.
so we really counting ourselves down.
Who's even? They didn't even have a calendar at that time. Like in the beginning and all that stuff, they didn't have calendars. Like they didn't need to know what. Okay, next March it's gonna be the. No, there wasn't any of that.
There was no next March.
Right. It's like today. We got today, right? Yeah. So like, I think as far as that's concerned, like the whole Bible, I've always suspected that there was there's missing information, or that the people that made it were not looking at the best interest of the people. Like, because I think that I had known that there was missing books of the Bible like pretty early. Like it was just said like just openly like that was the case. And come to find out, in reading them in an Ethiopian Bible. If you want to read the oldest Bible, it's the Ethiopian Bible, and that's the one.
Yeah, because you could tell about like Christmas and all that, where they got the shit from. So that's what I'm saying. It gotta be, in order for them to be doing all that, right? It gotta be something. But they say for us, they want you to believe in that, so you don't believe in yourself, and that's where all your power goes to, correct?
Thank you. That's where I'm at.
So where your power go then?
Where's it go? That's what I'm saying. It has the ability to go back up and be reemerge with the source, or it can be held down, possibly on this earth. I mean, it could, sure, this
But you
earth could
know,
be a prison.
your belief is you
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but you believe it's something, right?
Yes.
But you don't know what the source is.
So the way I can put that is like I'm gonna put it in the words of Carl Sagan. Um,
So where your power
so
goes?
there's a society of people called or society of things called the Flatlanders. They only have um, they only have the 2D world. They can go, left, right, and they can turn, go left, right, but there's no up or down, right? So in that world, if we were to come in contact with them, we would, say they're on a page or they're on the ground, we would step and they would be able to see a fence that appeared out of nowhere. This fence that we don't know what the material is, we don't know what this is. That's weird. Like, what is that? And then as soon as we stepped away from them, they would have no perception of where we went or anything. They can never look up, right? Because that's their inability. They can't look up, so they wouldn't know what it was that they had interacted with. The same way that in our 3D world, anything that's 4D, like fourth dimensional, like that's what a tesseract is. Anything that's in 4D, we can't interact with or perceive out here. Like we can't even see it. It's impossible. So if there's a god or something, making these these decisions, we can't we can't even understand it. We can't fathom it. We don't have any realm to do so. Um,
So
which is
what do you believe in then?
which is why I go with science. Like I just go with science and whatever I can mentally verify. I can't verify that they're actually doing these tests. I can tell you that they have absolutely put out stuff that is false plenty of times. So you have to
Fact.
make your own decisions on what you believe. Again, your truth, or your version of it, and you have to, like you said, you got to stand on it. Like that's what it is, and that's what I'm attempting to do with this book. It's not a religious book. It's really just to tell you that the meaning of life is for you to be here and active and be try and make those positive ripples throughout time and space and all the universes, like all the probabilities. When you weight the field and you're being positive, you're weighting the field for all of the multiverses all the way across. And that's what I'm trying to say is just be positive, try and be a good, essentially just be a good person. And that's why this book isn't that thick. It ain't as thick as the Bible. It's going to be pretty thin actually, which is,
Do you what do you think happens when we pass on? Do you believe in reincarnation?
yeah. Yeah, I do. I just don't know that it's going to be into another human or if it matters about time. Like,
They
like
say if you was a shitty person, you gonna come back like a tick or something.
yeah, because it's going to have because you would have a negative energy about you. Like you vibrate. We all vibrate at different frequencies.
Frequencies, yeah.
We all do. So like
What do you think
a positive person and a negative person are going to be two different frequencies, and I would be willing to bet that the frequencies that each of them do, it's going to be a high frequency and a low frequency, because I think that the low frequency is easier to control, and I think that's really what it's about.
shitty person, you gonna come like us?
Yeah, really.
Fact. That's a fact. So really and truly, we should be getting back in touch with nature. That's gonna answer all our questions.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we
Be on
have
here.
to. I think that we have
Oh,
to.
yeah.
But I think that the reason that we use these, like, so people talk about, well, you care about slavery, right? And slavery's a terrible thing. Yeah, agreed. Well, guess what? There's more slaves today than in slavery times. There's more slaves today than there were
Like
then.
us.
Yet that's not the big message here.
That's a fact.
Like we're all against slavery, but not so much so that we're not going to use this what $1,200 phone that was built. The things used to build it were built by child slaves.
Yeah,
And
or the
yeah.
blood diamonds and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. And you just wearing them around your neck. You know what I'm saying? Like you just wearing them. Like that's crazy talk. That is craziness. If you actually believe something, that's why. If I was a Christian, if I was, if I was Muslim, if I was any religion and hardcore believed it, like actually, claimed to everyone that I believed it, the only thing I would do, ever, would be devotion to His word and this one thing only, no other things. Like I don't care about anything else, because if that was true, then that's the only thing you should do. So like that's when you say stand on your beliefs. That's standing on your beliefs. Like really being that. If you know that it exists and you know this is the rule book, you better follow the fuck out of that.
That's a fact. But at the same time, it's like what I want to tell people, you know what I'm saying, is whatever you believe in, believe in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because everything is trying to make you not to. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that if you can summon evil and woo woo woo, then it gotta be good. It gotta be an evil and good thing. You see what I'm saying? Because evil is not the only thing and good is not the only thing because you can tell through us. You see what I'm saying? So that right there gives me some hope that it is a God. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, like they saying, what kind of God? You see what I'm saying? And it's like,
Does it matter?
yeah, it matters.
A God is a God. They all want the same thing. They all want, essentially, all of those books, every religion across, they all say that they want you to be a good person. Like, no matter what they define that is, that may change, but they all want you to be a good person. Go by that. Like, just be a good person and try your best to fulfill what you think is your obligation in the world. If your obligation is, well, I just gotta look out for myself. Okay, that's cool, but if everybody only ever looks out for themselves, then this world is gonna get fucked up real quick. Instead of us having community.
All right, so
A God is a God. They all want
who
the same
determines
thing.
what's good and bad?
All of those books, every religion across, they all
Somebody
say
fussing or
they
something,
want
huh?
you to be a good person. Like, no matter what they define that is, that may change, but they all want you to be a good person. Go by that. Like, just be a good person. Were you able to hear that?
Yeah.
To fulfill what you think is your obligation in the world. If your
Remember when somebody was playing outside my shit too? Yeah.
For real, for real. Hold on, let me check something. Instead of us having community.
All right, so your dogs will be barking, huh? Good and bad.
My dogs aren't outside.
Somebody fussing or something, man. You gotta go check, man.
That's what I'm doing. I'm checking on the camera.
Oh, bro. I'd have ran out there with the phone in my hand. Cause look on it.
Well, if I got to, I'm ready. I literally grabbed that shit. Cause like I'm not. I had somebody playing outside my house before. Somebody trying to get in here.
Phone with you.
Do what?
I think we was. It was like 3, 4 in the morning, huh?
Yep.
I think it was on the phone.
When I seen the dude's face on my security camera. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm doing. I saw this dude's fucking face. It was because I got a spot in my yard that.
I'd have ran out there with the phone in my hand. Cause look on it.
Well, if I got it, yeah, I'll be right back. I literally grabbed that shit. Cause like I had somebody playing outside my house before. Somebody trying to get in here.
Phone with you.
Do what?
I think we was. It was like 3, 4 in the morning, huh?
Yep. When I seen the dude's face on my security camera. That's what I'm talking about. I saw this dude's fucking face. It was because I got a spot in my yard that.
I'd have ran out there with the phone in my hand. Cause look on it.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I literally grabbed that shit. Cause like I had somebody playing outside my house before.
I think I was on the phone.
Do what?
I think it was like 3, 4 in the morning, huh?
Yep. When I seen the dude's face on my security camera. That's what I'm talking about. I saw this dude's fucking face. It was because I got a spot in my yard that. Oh, I guess then jumped off. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm gonna hit him up on the phone. Damn. What the fuck? Oh, I guess then jumped off. Yo, that was the show.